No one will remember them.
Fight!
Breathe deep. Leave us. One down.
10 kills remaining. Five kills remaining. One minute remaining. Thirty seconds left.
Ended.
10 seconds left. One kill remaining. Match found.
Our guests have arrived. Let's make a good first impression, shall we?
Here.
That works. That's a good spot. Perfect. Out of range. Out of range. Teleport's ready. I'm too far. I'm too far. That's not ready. They found my... I have them.
Enemy spotted B. Here.
Spike planted.
Enemy spotted B.
Last player standing.
I got your backs. Just, you know.
From the front.
Out of charges.
Reloading.
A gift.
Kill my copy.
That works.
Enemy spotted B.
Teleport's ready. Trap destroyed.
Cover going out.
Spike down A. Spike planted.
Reloading. Enemy spotted A. Reloading.
I'm too far. I'm too far. I'm too far.
Reloading.
Last player standing.
Helen.
This?
One enemy remaining.
They're just batteries, and I need a recharge.
That's a good spot. All set up. Teleport's ready.
Let's go.
That's not ready. A gift. I'm too far. Teleport's gone. They found my trap.
Spike planted.
You should run. Many enemies B.
Last player standing.
What will it be this time? Have any patterns emerged yet?
Perfect. That works.
Let's take at least one down with us.
Teleport's ready. That's a good spot. Shadows traveling.
Enemy spotted A.
Trap destroyed. They found my trap. I'm too far.
Spike planted.
Reloading.
Teleport's broken.
Last player standing. Flawless.
My city needs me. I can't be away for long. Let's end this quickly.
A gift. That works. Teleport ready. Trap destroyed.
Spike planted.
Nailed. Blocking sight.
Last player standing.
This place is nice, but not nice enough to die in. Let's win and get out of here.
That's a good spot. All set up. Teleport's ready. They are so dead!
Last player standing. Spike planted. Here. Flawless.
Let's get these idiots.
My ult's not ready. A gift. Perfect. Teleport's ready.
For you, hermanita.
That works.
Get out of my way! Healer.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
These new friends of ours are not too friendly. This should do. That's a good spot. A gift. Out of range.
Watch this!
Teleport's ready.
Give me those back.
Take on my trap.
Enemy spotted A.
You will not kill my allies!
Enemy spotted A. 3.
One enemy remaining. Spike planted.
Reloading. Reloading. Yeah, let's bring it back.
That works. All set up.
Yeah.
Out of range. Teleport's ready. In we go. That's a good spot.
Barrier created.
I'm too far. I'm too far.
The hunt begins.
destroyed.
Spike down A.
Your duty is not over. Cool.
Pathetic.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Blasphemous.
The enemy only looks composed. Their heart's tell a different story.
Perfect.
Need a drop.
Teleport's ready.
Need a drop.
A gift.
Thanks.
That works.
Forward.
Get out of my way.
I'm too far.
Enemy spotted.
Enemy spotted. Loaded. Enemy spotted. One down.
Need healing.
Enemy down.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
They think they know pain. They can't begin to comprehend it. I need this.
This should do. That's a good spot. Teleport's ready. A gift.
Barrier created.
I'm too far.
Here.
I'm too far.
You should run. Enemy spotted.
Spike planted.
Sage killed.
Do better.
Blinding. Reloading.
Go top, he has ult. Top now, top now.
Last player standing.
Save.
Save. Yo. Yo.
One enemy remaining.
Killed.
Last round in the half.
Don't be cheap. Spend it all before it's gone.
I need this.
All set up. That works. Teleport's ready. That's a good spot. They are so dead! Beautiful! They found my trap. The hunt begins!
They will cower.
You will not kill my allies!
Here. One dead. What's this?
Enemy spotted.
Spike down B. Last player standing. One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Oh wow, you guys suck.
Switching sides.
You were a storm. Well done.
Out of charges. A gift. Perfect.
Enemy spotted B.
Teleport ready. Teleport's gone.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Out of range.
Reloading.
There's none.
Light planted.
Not your best.
Aim in.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Opponent killed.
Nice try.
Clutch.
Let us see what they have planned for us this time. That works. I've done more with less. Keep fighting.
Enemy spotted A. Reloading.
Die.
Reloading.
Shadows. Shadows traveling.
Get inside. Enemy spotted A.
Reloading.
Rotate.
Still inside.
Wall raised. Light planted.
Enemy spotted B.
Spotted B.
One enemy remaining.
They were not good enough. Just let them try to catch me.
We should do it. That's a good spot.
Needed thanks.
Out of range. Teleport's ready. A gift.
Reloading.
Cutting their vision.
Going out.
Reloading.
Cutting their vision.
Wall raised. Enemy spotted. Defense shots.
Here.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Let them drop.
Here.
Reloading.
They don't have a single life worth saving.
Out of charges. That works. All set up.
Let's go.
Teleport's ready. That's a good spot.
Rotate now.
Trap destroyed. Here.
Enemy spotted A.
Rotate now.
Enemy spotted A. Yikes.
So close.
Your duty is not over.
Next.
30 seconds left.
Enemy spotted A.
One enemy remaining.
I am sorry, we could not work out our differences.
I survived obliteration. I will survive them.
Need a drop. Thanks.
Keep up.
A gift. Teleport's ready. That works.
Reloading.
I'm too far. They found my trap. They are so dead!
30 seconds left.
Blocking sight.
Last player standing.
Wall raised. Let them try to get through me. Need a drop. Thanks. Need a drop. Thanks.
That's a good spot. This should do.
Shadows traveling. Shadows traveling.
Reloading back. Barrier.
You should run.
Enemy spotted A. Reloading.
Stealing sight.
Begins.
One enemy remaining.
It's a shame you had to die, but you're not part of my bigger picture.
I hate to say it, but probably best to play as a team.
So, what's the plan? Need a drop. Thanks.
Bonne chance, mes amis. A gift. That works. All set up.
Get out of my way!
Healer down.
Out of range. Teleport's ready.
Yeah. Spike planted.
One 120 killjoy.
One enemy remaining.
get a pick, we move in. Got it? Here, need a drop. Thanks. Here.
Perfect.
Let's fly.
That's a good spot. Teleport ready. A gift.
Got him.
Wall.
Cutting their vision. Still in sight.
I'm too far.
There.
Light planted.
Enemies got me.
Kill.
One enemy remaining.
Here.
There.
Here. Reloading off fire.
It seems these strangers want me dead. Eh bien, they're not the first.
Break them.
This should do. That works.
Parasite.
Reloading.
Teleport's ready.
Cover going out.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Need healing.
Wall raised.
Cutting their vision.
One enemy remaining.
They were not good enough.
Strike at their weak points. If one link breaks, the rest will follow.
Need a drop. Thanks.
That's a good spot.
We go.
All set up.
Cover going out. Shadows traveling.
Next round. Reloading. Reloading.
I win again.
Omen push. The fuck?
One enemy remaining.
I'm too far.
Match point.
Stamp out their last breath.
Omen, mag-smoke ka.
A gift. Perfect.
Block.
Enemy spotted me.
Reloading.
Teleport's ready.
You should run.
I'm too far.
Rotate, rotate. Rotate now, rotate.
Watch this.
They are so dead.
Light planted.
The hunt begins!
One enemy remaining. Attackers win.
Forward.
Trying to thirst on the KO, that's just hilarious. And I mean, Shazam gets the kill. Was it worth it? What can Zoms do here? What can Zoms do? Last round of the first half, has to go for it. They get some better stats at least. Drops into the site in the first duel. And it will be denied by Yappy, who better. 8-4 at the end of the first half here in this best-of-3 series between Sentinels and Liquid. Sentinels coming out in this series looking hot.
Yeah, this is a Sentinels we haven't seen for a long time, Dan. We didn't see them in Berlin last event, and now we haven't seen them here yet until this half. This is the team everyone's been looking for, and man, is Ten's on form.
Yeah, he's looking excellent at the moment, and this is one of those matchups. It's super clear to me that for Sentinels, we're seeing them looking at over across at Team Liquid and thinking this is an opponent that we deeply respect, we desperately want to defeat, and we're bringing out a new level to our form. And they're going to keep showing new levels and looks. That's what a championship winning team does. But it is time to toss it back over to the desk. We'll see you back here shortly.
Thank you very much, gents. On TL's map choice, Breeze, it's Sentinels who find themselves up 8-4 at the half. Coming out with a fire here, paper thin, and in so many ways doing exactly what we had questioned about them from their first series, where Tens has looked very much like himself throughout a number of their performances. The rest of the squad stepping up this time around.
Yeah, I mean, you saw great holds from multiple members, Zoms, Dapper, Shazam, everybody getting it done here for them. So this really set them up nicely for
course, only one map, and it's only one half. We're going to have to see what Team Liquid has prepared on the defensive half. And I am definitely going to be looking at Scream to individually step up alongside his team. But where else can the answer be found?
I'm not sure. The good news is he doesn't have to do entries anymore, because every single one, except for the very last round, failed. Every single one. I mean, he dashed in front of Solkas when he was in his, knock state or whatever you want to call it, and every time he was just inting him.
Well, we're at a bit of a loss for a way for TL to get back into it. We'll see if they've got answers for us as we hand it back to DDK and Sean for the call.
Yes, we are back into the action. Second half between Sentinels and Team Liquid is kicking off right here, right now. Sentinels looking fantastic. Can Team Liquid step up to what Sentinels have been delivering? We're about to see, Sean.
We're about to see indeed, Dan, and they're spread out in a base default a lot like how Liquid was on their attack side. They just want to wait things out, make sure they don't get hit by that 0 point. All of the info goes Liquid's way. Just gonna let all of the crazy nonsense at the start of the round happen. And then they're going to make their push probably at around 1 minute on the clock.
Tens with his signature Sheriff. You wouldn't want it any other way. Scream as well. The other resident headshot machine on the other team, also with the Sheriff. Again, you wouldn't want it any other way. We'll get the drone coming through now for info towards A, clear out some of those positions, but it gets broken by the 0 point. Love to see that. What a great counter.
It was a fantastic counter. Scream on the jet, close enough to hear the drone, tells Solkas exactly when to throw that 0 point. And no info is received for Sentinels.
Here's the Sheriff around the mid doors. So Sentinels starting to amble their way towards B. But the setup on B is certainly dangerous. We've got both Link and Nevera. That's the Cypher and Viper combination.
Indeed. And it looks like Elbow was open, but as you can see by that cam, it wasn't. But Yompi's pushed through A halls then and found Sick.
And that's going to speed things up for Sentinels.
Yeah, that was their only A pressure.
They basically have no option but to just go for it at this point, and they know that they are being expected. They're just going to have to hit the headshots as pistol rounds go, and it's all Team Liquid on the headshots. I mean, on everything in this round. They really they forced Sentinels to a bad hand.
It didn't seem close. Liquid had Sentinel's number at every turn on that pistol, and Scream getting a second on the board is very big. I mean, he started this game in such a brutal fashion. I think he was 0-11 into that last round, and he got an op frag on the last round of that half.
Yeah.
I've never seen Scream have a game like this before.
Yeah, I mean, it could turn around completely as we switch sides here, and Dash is asking the question, what are Liquid going to bring to the table? I can't wait to get to the full gun rounds. We know that Team Liquid likes double operator setups, but so much more to talk about that a little bit later as we get into it, because Scream with that Marshall looking for it here, but it looks like Dapper may have evaded this. Surely Scream will find him, though. It's just a classic at that range. Scream will have time to react as if Scream goes deeper, and he very well might. Dapper's so ready.
Yeah, so patient. This is, even if Scream came on his screen, it's still a hard frag to get with a classic from this distance without Scream turning and just
I need to know the answer, Sean. Scream,
yes,
please.
I know.
Keep going.
I don't think we're going to get it because there's prodding around this A site. Yeah. Shaz working his way up A halls any second now.
The drone comes through defensively from Yampi as he looks for that A main vision. And they actually, Sentinels dodged the drone vision. So right now, Liquid's still in the dark.
Oh man, this is so wild.
Sweating
the patience on screen. He knows that turret's still there. He can still hear it. He knows the Killjoy's close. He just has no idea where.
Mason sound cues. Dapper's going to hear that one.
30
that might be a
seconds
timing for Dapper to start lurking up. We'll have to see. Yeah, exactly. Dapper's moving up, and that's going to force a dash out from Scream, but he wants this kill. But he has to defend the A site. He's got to help his teammates out. There's a timing for Dapper to come in, and Team Liquid are hitting the frags hit, but it's looking a bit scary. Nice one from Scream there with the Marshall, the no-scope coming forward as he keeps it on running. And it looks like at the end, with all said and done, 3 players survive, no spike planted, actually ends up being okay for both teams, I would say.
Yeah, I would say that's a massive win for Liquid. When Tens gets that Marshall headshot to open up the round, you have to get the immediate responses, and he actually gets a second before the triple answer, quadruple actually, answer comes in from Liquid. Flawless at that point. They close out the round, keep all of the rest of their economy intact. But now we get the first gun round, Dan. And Tens, I don't think he'll have an op yet. He has a Guardian. This is something we saw in the Furious series. He overbought second and ends up with a Guardian on third.
need to do is click on heads, so...
Arrow top mid and a turret to hold that door push. This is a default that Sentinels is running towards the B site.
We already see the problem for Sentinels on the attack here. B is locked down with Cypher and Viper, and the KO Jet combo on A is kind of how Liquid like to play this.
Yeah, this B site is loaded with utility. Like you mentioned, we have the Viper wall, we have all of the Cypher util, we have a Sova that could quick rotate in Yampi. But Sentinels is going through elbow. They're going to get spotted by the cam first, and how does Liquid respond?
This is so scary for Sentinels. Walking into all of this utility, like you said, loaded. There's that poison orb. Drone goes forward, it's going to catch Navera, but they can't punish him. Already discern too much from that information. They're going to force their way forward here and see what they can do into this B site. So far, looking for those entries still. Able to get backside, but here comes the wraparound from Link. Able to take down Shazam. Another one. The Spectre really doing a great job, and Link is just clotheslining these players from Sentinels. And Liquid are quickly back on the board. 1 round deficit now.
This defense, Dan, looks locked down. Absolutely stellar utility usage right there from Liquid. Good job by Link maneuvering around that pillar, finding all those frags. Started with a Spectre.
The question is going to be, you know, as we said, the B site, that's not where you want to go. You want to try to exploit the A site, but that's where we're going to see, again, you know, the pushes from Scream. You've got the support from Soulcast, the 0 point to stuff any early drones or util, or any fast pushes. So they can play the delay game, and also play the KO out into mid as well if necessary.
And again, Sentinels is just looking to keep their default centered around mid. It looks like mid is going to be a focal point for them against Liquid in this matchup.
Sentinels trying to, they're going to have to really, I wonder actually if they're going to be able to find the right approach for this setup, and we'll talk about that a little bit more as we see exactly how now as this maneuver towards A, how that works here for Sentinels. Looking for just an overextension, a Sheriff headshot, some Marshall tags, soften them up. Oh, but you know what? They're going to go straight into it. The flash play, that's backfired. That's the overextension they Sentinels are looking for. 5 versus 4 now for them as they have an opportunity. They put up the wall. The reactions here, the rotations in from Sentinels, rather from Team Liquid. Team Liquid, okay, they're finding great success with the rifles. Soulcast! Oh, he's owning them right now. That could have been so much worse here. So much worse.
Yeah, absolutely. But we've seen that time and time again so far in this half, Dan. We see Sentinels have success finding the first blood. Even last time they had Marshals, Tens did it. But the responses from Liquid come in so fast. The rotations into the choke point and the utility to support it just so quickly. You know, the Viper Molly, the shock darts coming in from Yampi, the swings from Soulcast, as well as the 0 point. So many things to slow down Sentinels after that pick and just win the round easily.
And here it is. That's the timeout. We're talking about this, and we need to figure out, well, Sentinels need to figure out, collectively, we are not a part of Sentinels, but they need to figure out how do they manage this setup. Cypher, Viper on B, impenetrable site effectively.
Yes.
And then also we've got the situation, okay, got Jet KO towards A. They use the 0 point to kind of stuff the early pushes, early execs, early drones and trailblazers, these kinds of things. I mean, I'm thinking they could just bulldoze the A site.
Yeah.
But if they try to do that, they have to do it without utility initially. So
yes.
How would you handle this, Sean?
It's very difficult, right? It's a delicate thing to deal with because, yeah, like you're mentioning, if you go A fast, you're likely going to get suppressed. So you can't go too fast. If you go B fast, I mean, that's just not even an option. You have to go through all that utility. You're definitely going to die going through the Poison Orb and the Molly into trips. So you can't do that. That's why Sentinels is looking around mid a lot. Now, I think they need their lurkers to come online, personally. I think they need to be doing hits where there's lurks active across the map on the other side, where that person can take ground and the team can roll back into that player.
Okay.
Now it's very difficult. Way easier said than done. Way easier said than done.
We'll see if they set up some lurks. We've seen that, you know, setting up a player in elbow or setting a player with deep holes. These could be two ideal kind of lurk setups. You work players there early. We'll see if that's how Sentinels try to handle this. And then they get the option to split sites as well. So we're expecting something a bit different now from Sentinels, but Liquid might try to expose it. They've got 4 players towards A early on. So Viper's come over. They're anticipating a heavy A push on Liquid. And they're ready for this. Seekers go forward, the mid push through the doors. Again, it feels like Liquid expected this. They're ready for it.
Oh god, this flash,
Quick
Dan.
underhanded flash over the top here. They are taking away the door position from Sentinels. Sentinels looking to reset, and there's gaps. They know there's gaps. We actually have Dapper going up towards mid-nest.
Oh, the 4v4, Dan, but Sentinels has no smokes. The controller's arms taken out early. And this is that lurk I was looking for. Dapper is active. He's going to find Link here, but who wins the battle?
This is so important. Oh, he's going to have just a slight advantage, Dapper.
And just like that, Dan, I think he's questioning rolling into the site, but immediately the Viper utility is activated. The 0 point comes in. That's so much info for Dapper. He's faking this site with his ult. And Sentinels, they're going A.
But the Soulcast is at back B, so he can call this. He knows it's a fake immediately. Surely this lockdown is not going to sell this one. All the information's there for Soulcast. But actually still, it looks like Liquid not sure.
30 seconds left.
Sentinels are playing it so slow towards A that they thought it was actually a double fake, I think, Sean. And they get a free A side because of it.
Wow.
The mind games.
Maybe a bit lucky there. Dapper now nested up in middle, has the turret at elbow to hold his flank. This is going to be a very, very difficult retake for the Liquid members.
They have been clean and sharp on some of their headshots.
Look how much they have to clear. They have no idea how advanced these Sentinels players could be. There's so much to worry about. From halls to mid to deep spawn. You know, they could be anywhere.
And even the flank.
Yes, Dapper could have been at elbow the whole time. He just did a lockdown there.
And you can see Soulcast is looking for that. So they respect it. They respect, just like you say, all of that space that was gained by Sentinels. And that's such a crazy... That's like so much about timings. The fact that Sentinels didn't just roll straight into the A site off of the lockdown, thinking that the lockdown would automatically sell it. But they did, because we saw Liquid had that info, they got a player back B. So it ends up being a double fake because of the way that Sentinels delay the push into A. It's just really so smart.
Yeah, Liquid's rotations actually looked really on point.
Yeah, they know what's going on.
Navera and Scream, the brothers, were rotating back to A before Sentinels were out A, while the lockdown was down. But again, we have the base setup, Dan. How can Sentinels keep doing that, right? That was 1 round after that tack timeout. They're going to need to build some here.
Yeah. And they were expected. The play that they had made was expected as well. So it's a good recovery from their mid-round.
TenZ dodged that 0 point. I don't know if they're aware he could be this close yet.
It's quite a nasty angle. That's a very deep angle into that B connector. So we'll see how that plays out. Yampy with a drone. I don't know that he spotted TenZ with that, actually. Oh no, Dapper tagged and fragged by that drone. Hunter's Fury combo. However, Shazam has a Hunter's Fury of his own. He might use that to clear out position around the pyramids here for this A attack, and they do have a split from TenZ. He's managed to find... Oh no! TenZ! No. Oh my god, I can't believe what I just saw. Soulcast takes down TenZ, and maybe that's the best chance gone right now for Sentinels. Can they recover? Hunter's Fury sent forward, but it doesn't push the players off of pyramids. Shazam able to take down Scream. Might be able to claim some space, but they still can't work their way through. Oh, they have been completely stopped here. Great defense from Liquid. Unbelievable moment from TenZ, though. That is not what you expect to see. That's the turn in the match that Liquid needed.
That is an absolute momentum changer, Dan. I know Sentinels has only won 1 round in this half, and it was the round prior to that. But yet, that is heartbreaking if you're a Sentinels fan watching your star player. Yeah, that looked like a double kill at worst for TenZ, right? Wow. He has the Blade Storm still. Sentinels has 1 more buy left in them.
Oh, that's a rough one.
They are grouped back towards this heavy util B site, Dan. And guess what? Liquid has brought Scream over.
Yeah, Liquid really reading this very well. They're ahead of what Sentinels' adjustments are. They know what the adjustments are going to be. this comes down to pure firepower now from someone like TenZ. Blazestorm in hand. Because as we said, Liquid, they know what's coming, they're set up for it. The difference is made with the star players. TenZ jiggling, it's gonna find some information. Drone down halls to make sure that that position works.
TenZ trying everything in his power to get an updraft at a distance far enough away where the player can't hear it. Tried the one for doors, tried the one for nest. Finds nothing, so they're going to go back actually into this A site. And Dan, it's a totally different setup now. Yampi is here with the operator as well as Soulkiss on the KO. Sentinels hasn't dealt with this yet, and I don't think they're going to be aware that there's an op here, especially after the early battle with TenZ.
Here comes the drone.
30
Yampi
seconds
on
left.
the side, doesn't concern himself with that one though. We've got null commands and Yampi just shoots TenZ straight in the chest. Soulcast holds it down as well. Beautiful stuff. And there's nothing really that is possible here. I don't think the Sentinels, there's no time to get the spike planted at this point. So what is the objective? Dapper's going to take down Link. Can they save the guns at least? Looks like they might be able to, but that car bus actually, I think, saves Sick. It's going to get out of there with that gun. And there it is, Team Liquid, 10 rounds to Sentinels 9. Sentinels not having any hope here. And Sean, it is a strategy thing. Right now, it looks like Sentinels are underprepared in how they should be dealing with this strong B setup. They're not working mid or A in such a way that is allowing them to get these post plants.
Yeah, this KO has been a real thorn in the side for the Sentinels right now. And that round in particular takes the Bladestorm away from TenZ. That causes Yampi to peek into TenZ, and he only has a classic. It's just, he's entering A site as the entry fragger with a classic. The KO is absolutely obliterating these A hits from Sentinels, and they have nothing at B.
KO stonks rising. We got the fast version. Looks like
3 of them hit, but Zom's utility stays up. That's huge.
This is what we're talking about. That 0 point so effective at stuffing these timings on these early A hits. But there comes that Viper's Pit. We'll see what can happen behind that one. Sick able to take down Soulcast at the very least. Spike goes down. We haven't seen many of those. Lurk around. Oh! The snakebite double damage shock dart. You love to see that. 4 versus 3 Sentinels looking in good stead here. He does have a neural theft if you can find a body for that. But that Viper's Pit is so difficult to deal with. Spamming in, and he actually gets lucky, Yampi. And there's a Viper's Pit to counter the Viper's Pit. Yampi charging forward. Oh, as he follows the Viper's Pit around the circumference of it. That's beautiful work from him. And somehow Team Liquid doing all the damage. That's absolute, just such amazing work from them. And they have time for this.
They do have time.
I can't believe that they managed to make
what
that work,
retake,
Sean.
Dan. I can't believe it.
Just like following the Viper's Pit as it
so
expanded,
smart.
it covered him in the Viper's Pit, his opponent.
It takes away the distance on the near site. What an incredible play from the new pickup. Team Liquid Nevera, oh my goodness, that's so smart.
This was crazy. I mean, just look at Yampi running with it like he's chasing Seekers.
Gosh, that's brilliant.
I've never seen that actually, I don't think. It's just quite like that in this situation.
Not like that. That is very smart. They used it to progress into another Viper ult. That is so smart. Oh my goodness.
I'm blown away, Sean. I'm still thinking about that. And I think Sentinels are blown away as well because they got the plant down. They had a lot of advantages. But once again, Liquid find a way. And it's with Yampi leading the charge.
Yes, and it looks now, Dan, like Liquid is going to run away with this match. That was, I mean, when it was 9-8, that was Liquid's first lead of the entire game. So Sentinels was about to answer back, you know, tie it back up, take the momentum back. And Liquid just said, no, no. This is such a pivotal moment in the match, and I think Sentinels right now needs this timeout to regroup and come into this round with clear heads because they have lost some tilters.
Yes, that round is a backbreaker, that one. And if they can find a way to rally back after that, that'll be impressive. But that is the kind of thing that Sentinels is absolutely and historically, demonstrably, is capable of.
Yes.
And what's going to be interesting is if TenZ can come online, because he has also been so far this tournament, one of the players that can bail them out. So we'll see what they're able to do here. But Liquid looking like they are strategically and tactically well ahead of Sentinels.
And again, Liquid changing up their setup. And look at this. Nevera now has moved to the A site, and he's with Soulkiss. We've never seen this pairing at the B site. And it looks like that's where the start of Sentinel's default is going. They've had enough of this A site. It's treated them terribly.
Trailblazer up. Elbow into mid. So the early mid pressure and control hasn't actually been a focus for Liquid, really. They've given it in many rounds. Be quite interesting to see if Tens can get into the nest, but you can see that Scream has a great angle to cover for that. And Yampi as well. Back B with that operator takes down Tens. That's not good.
This feels desperate, Dan. This feels real desperate. Sentinels is roaming around the map and just praying Tens gets a kill. I don't like this look right now for if you're a Sentinels fan.
I was really hoping that Tens would find his way into the nest, but as that is a hole. However, we do have a deep position and Zoms on holes. But how would they use this position?
Blocking sight.
Scream winning that battle a little bit. Sick actually left at 38 HP.
I think Zoms is looking to push through here. Through the holes. He's found himself the trip.
Yampi's holding this though, Dan. So if he actually pushes through, oh dear.
Oh, he knows though, he's got the angles. He has such good model awareness, player model awareness, able to jiggle out the operator from that distance. It's falling back, and in the meantime, we get the B-split coming through. It's going to require every single player to hit their shots here for Sentinels, but Scream off to a good start there for Team Liquid. Certainly such a strong setup. Shazam, sick, strike back, one player backside Link. He can end this, they line up, but still, they take him down very quickly indeed. Very little time, but just enough to get the spike planted. Unbelievable recovery here for Sentinels, but it's not over just yet.
Dan. He has everything. And those flashes are lethal through this Viper Toxin wall.
And there's the recon. He's going to get... Oh, he doesn't get pinged by it.
Oh.
Now the util coming into play there. There's the frag grenade, but gets absolutely dropped by Shazam. And Sentinels, again, you put their backs against the wall, and you have to keep your guard up because they are always going to find a way to do some damage. Amazing, especially after how desperate Tens' push looked at the start of the round.
That looked very desperate. That's the first round so far in this entire match where Sentinels took that first engagement in such a dry fashion. I don't think they have an answer right now as to how to enter these sites. We might see a little bit more of that, a little bit of prodding, looser type of play coming out of them. That's what they were built on, but the game has moved past that.
It would be great to see them find ways to like destroy the Cypher trip with shock darts, try to find ways to open up control around holes and mid-nest perhaps, but similar approach to the previous rounds.
Seekers are out right now at elbow, Dan. Tens is right behind them with Sig.
There's a Hunter's Fury as well to really send it towards spawn. That should be able to help them deal with these players, but Link anchoring there eventually. Looking to try to escape this position. Oh my god, how has he done that? He's taken down 4 players by himself, and now it's down to Dapper to do exactly the same. 2 players quickly oncoming from spawn, and he can't defeat Scream. That's 12 now for Team Liquid, as they have put Sentinels on the ropes.
Oh my goodness, what a monstrous hold by Link right there, Dan. Oh.
You think he has 2 and that's it, he's good. You've done your job.
He is dancing around, dodging Seekers. Look at that perfectly placed cage to peek into the elbow position, gets both, and then swings in the middle of the open with a Phantom nonetheless.
Just totally in the open. Totally you can't expect him to get anywhere else what he's already got there. And
absolute legend play right there from Link.
But we're back into it here. This could be the last round unless Sentinels find another way to deal with this. And their buy is atrocious. Zoms
oh damn, this is the lockdown breaking darts. He's waiting for the, is he waiting for the lockdown? Oh.
Well, there's a suppression, so he knows that he has to wait to line it up.
Oh, Dan, I think Yampi's gonna do it.
There it is. There's one.
Killjoy's everywhere, molding right now.
Oh no, there's nothing. There's nothing.
Oh, it didn't work.
Oh, it didn't.
He didn't shoot the second one.
Why didn't he shoot the second? Oh, okay, that's interesting. But either way, we've got the Sentinels right now in the A side, but not with the spike. Zoms is in cave. He's got to get across with a spike. That's. I mean, they were waiting for the wall to come up just to make this completely safe.
No more ults remaining on Sentinels. They're gonna have to fight their way out of this. Oh dear, all 3 of those players suppressed, Dan.
Now, Liquid starting to get closer and closer, but Sentinels defending, taking those fights as Team Liquid try to cross those positions and close the distance, opening themselves up. Sentinels having some early success here. Soulcast though, there's the quick flash around the toxic screen! That's insane from Soulcast! Takes TenZ's head right off and is now just down to Zoms. 1 versus 3, there is a time concern here. Zoms, there it is, there's a snake bite. Can he stop this? Is the snake bite going to be enough? It is going to deny this one for now. And there goes the classic. He's going to... Oh! That is Zoms! He's pulling it out of the bag out of nothing! Zoms, 1 versus 3. Sentinel's not dead just yet.
A classic from Zoms! Oh my goodness! The man was at 8 and 16 before those classic kills, Dan. Flips the game on its head with the Red Bull clutch. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it. The individual players in this game are peaking right now.
Oh my god, it's so crazy. It's so crazy that he managed to pull this off. It was halfway. He had to win every single one of those fights with a classic. Okay, if there is not around to rally the team behind, I don't know what could be better than that.
Look at the money, Dan. Scream has the Blade Storm, but Soulcast only has a Spectre. They are running right into Link right now.
Oh, and they're going to take him down straight away, straight into the back B side. We've never seen such success from Sentinels here. And TenZ, elevated position. Will they expect this? Oh, does he see the head? Oh, no, he doesn't! Scream comes in! And how much more damage can he do? Well, he's up against that Viper's Pit. The drone, though, can it find the tag in the Viper's Pit? It's found one, but that's not the Viper. Scream, how many can he get here? Trying to find his way through to the backside, but he will be deflected by Zom. Sentinels looking to earn that overtime. Just Yampy and Soulcast left against 4 players. Here goes Soulcast. He's been fantastic, but he goes down straight away. Up to Yampy now. He's been so impactful. Recon not finding any freebies there for him, and Sentinels, they bring us to overtime. They look dead maybe 3 or 4 times in this game, but they're still in it.
They were on life support right there, Dan. I cannot believe we are here right now. We are at 12-12. And they did it in the most ridiculous fashion. This team is so difficult to beat. Even when they're at their worst, they refuse to lose. This is insane.
Yeah, it really is absolutely crazy. The Sentinel. This is why this team, no matter the form that they can bring into a tournament, they have that gear to go to, and we're seeing it right now against Team Liquid. I mean, the question is, will Team Liquid be shook? Will they be mentally absolutely shook from that? Yes. We'll have to see as we go straight into the overtime.
We haven't seen Liquid on attack in a long time, Dan. So I think they might spread out, and that's what they're doing right now. They're in a base setup, just waiting for any pushes, and look at this. Sick is going to give it to him. He's pushing B right now.
Very passive, but look at the passive approach here has allowed Sick to go very deep, and he's not being discovered.
He hit a good timing too, Dan.
Oh, that's such a good read of the timing, just to know that he has this for free.
Oh, you can feel the tension there. Both teams just so passive and quiet right now.
Oh, but they're going to walk into the angle, aren't they? And Sick is right there. He's right there, ready and waiting. Just goes for the first kill. He's just ready for the trade frag. Where is it? Oh, the pop flash is going to actually flash Soulcast, and Sick rather has full HP still.
And he's trying to get out.
And he's trying to get more info as well. The spike is toward B, and they're moving into A at the same time. Can they pull rotation to A here, Team Liquid?
This lurk from Link is huge, Dan. Yampy's in the site, and Sentinels has no idea.
Oh, this is a toxic screen into the B site, and Link picks up the kill onto TenZ. Mass confusion against Sentinels as a spike makes his way back to A. Oh my goodness. Liquid finding every headshot here now, Sean, as Zoms is in a 1 versus 3. He's totally out position.
That's insane. We went from a 3-on-5 to a 1-on-3, Dan. The Liquid lurks. Team Lurkwid out here, lurking into the A site, punishing the Sentinels over rotation. Great play from the in-game leader, Yampy, paired up with Link. Vera, Viper's Pit down, and Zoms has a lot to do.
Zoms making his way forward. It's a pure guessing game. As he gets closer, and there we go. Timing there, Yampy picks it up. And Liquid, they earned the hell out of that round. Going down, as you say, 3 against 5 very early, and making it look quite decisive in the end.
Yeah, they finally get one. You know, those are the ones that have been going against them towards the end of this game, and they finally got one going in their favor. The individual plays, though, coming out of Link late in this game, heroic. He's getting them across this finish line.
Last player standing.
Oh, this is so crazy. It's good. I mean, Liquid off to a good start. They pick up that first round. We get a Sentinels timeout straight away. What could they possibly be discussing here right now, Sean? If you're Sentinels, what is the purpose of a timeout like this at this moment?
I mean, truthfully, nothing worked too well for them on their attack side. It wasn't like Liquid, where it felt like they had a footing in every single round they played. That wasn't the case on Sentinel's attack half. It was a lot of blowout rounds that weren't even close for them towards the end of that half. So I think right now they're just looking at the approach, right? How do we set up at the start of the round? Do we need to go faster at the start of the round? Do we need to, reel back and wait the KO knife out? What is the play? Is the play only to have Zombs play passive so that way the controller utility stays up? Because right now, their approach to the KO is what's wrong. It's this approach of timings around the KO. The KO is always winning them, right? He's always going to use the 0 point to suppress people at A main, the molly over there at the mid doors, and the hit just becomes so discombobulated. There's no cohesion.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting. I mean, I've been really wanting to see stuff like the shock darts breaking that trip, because Liquid are relying massively in the mid round on that halls trip, and it's kind of shutting down the lurk plays from Sentinels in halls, and that's one of the things that they need.
Or the shocks at B, B or those A halls. We have yet to see that come out of Sentinels.
But here we go, we're back in the action once again. Can Sentinels tie it up, or will Liquid take the first map here? Breeze in his best of 3.
Trailblazer sees Scream over here at this A site. That gives them a lot of info, and he's tagged by the drone, and he's down!
Oh, he goes shot out of the sky by TenZ, and now a 5 versus 4 advantage. They will realize, Sentinels, there's enough delay that there will be a rotation from Team Liquid. Looking to just slowly scale into the A site. They're checking their flank as well. Soulcast providing presence for Team Liquid around the pyramids. There's a frag grenade that will shut down the spy plant. It'll have to be moved. Toxic Screen now runs out of gas. And that's going to open up some more duel opportunities here. Once again, Soulcast keeping that pressure up high, but I think the Toxic Screen up again just to deny it. And now Sentinels have that plant. Ivera looking for a timing around the side, but Shazam with the lurk. Can he find it? Yes, he can. And they need it right now. Sentinels need this from Shazam. He takes out another one. Now they get one man to the good. Sick finds his opportunity, pushing forwards. Pressure from all sides against Link, but he takes down Sick. And it's the 1v1. The in-game leader, Shazam. Can he come out here for Sentinels? They need this to tie this one up. Spike down on the ground. Link playing the time game. Hopping up. Looking for the timing to go for the swing! He takes it for Team Liquid! What a 1v1 from him against the in-game leader of Sentinels. Sentinels, it was such an impressive rally back from such a desperate position, but in the end, Team Liquid held their mental, they held their ground, they came back, and they got one map in the bag in this best of 3.
I'm at a loss for words, Dan. This is a map where Scream started 0-11. 0-11 on Breeze. This is the map that Sentinels picked against Furia. This is a map Sentinels is comfortable on. This performance on the defensive half from Liquid, especially Link, it's unbelievable. I can't believe it. What a first map that was.
Just this. Our job is to spit out words, but there really aren't too many words for that one. I think everyone watching really felt the tension there, and to see both teams have to go to a new gear each and every time to try to step up. And I think what we saw here is that Liquid's preparation for Breeze, tactically, strategically, that's what really won them.
Yes, a cut above. A cut above. I think you nailed it late in that game in OT, where you said we hadn't seen the shock darts to break the trips, right? That would have been a massive piece of utility that helped out Sentinels break into the B side, activate their lurks a little bit more, which never really came into fruition on that attack half. But man, this is all about Liquid and just the mental prowess to come back into this game when the way they were down.
Yes, and just also just seeing right at the end there, that's just such a beautiful 1v1 clutch against Shazam.
Yeah.
I love that was the winning moment.
Yes.
Seeing how both players are trying to read the timings of the beat. You got to commit to a swing at some point. Shazam had a time issue. Link, he could just stay there, be passive, but he knew he had to pick a moment. And just seeing the kind of mental focus and the confidence, fantastic.
You could see it built. You knew he was going to swing there. It was building all game. The confidence for that swing right there to close it out. But now we're going to go to bind, Dan.
Yep.
And that's the one weakness for Liquid in their map pool right now.
Oh, it's just set up so perfectly. We're going to take a breather, go to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more action here in Valorant Champions. It's going to be good.
Red Bull gives you wings. Red Bull gives you wings. Bubblegum. It's like it's 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 bubblegum. We pop bands 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 like it's bubblegum. 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 Bubble bass.
Welcome back to Champions. We're only one map in, but this series is already delivering. Gave us an overtime and a comeback win by Team Liquid. Just phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we wanted. We knew that this was going to be a spicy series. The first time that these two teams are clashing, and it's all correct. Everything is right in the world right now. We go to overtime, and unfortunately, we can't go beyond 14 and 12. It seems like, with the 3 OTs that we see, that's going to be the final score. But it's just awesome.
I'm going to lose my voice, and I'm not even on the cast. I'm yelling at this thing so much. This is just unbelievable. So many back and forth plays, so many incredible moments, so many hero plays. What a treat.
What a step up by every single person on Team Liquid. Sure, Navera's got the top combat score at 230, but you look across 227, 227, 221, and those top 4 players for Team Liquid all had 20 kills. So they evened it up as a squad, and it all started for me in a lot of ways with Yampy early in the series, right? He was the one who was doing something on the first half, and the rest kind of picked it up behind him.
I mean, they desperately needed somebody to do something, and Scream absolutely was not. He and Yampy were going back and forth, round over round, not being able to pick up any kills. Yampy finally gets on the board, makes it an ace, and then from there continues to find steady impact. We know that, him playing Sova, he is one that will always go for that operator, whether he's on that, whether he's on the Killjoy. That's where he feels the most comfortable. That's where he starts finding that impact for the side of TL, and everybody else just kind of gets on board with it.
And it's his utility as well. I mean, his utility play was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
This headshot percentage is absolutely just ridiculous.
Team headshot percentage over 30%.
That's stupid.
That's nuts.
That's
very good.
Nuts. Shows you how they were turning it on. And that's just incredible to see. Again, it started there with Yampy in the first half, that round 9 ace. Phenomenal. We had everybody else stepping up behind. And I don't know when Breeze became a defensive-sided map, but apparently it is now. We speak of Yampy turning it on with that ace. That's our HyperX Reflex moment of the day. Let's relive it one more time.
It's just absolutely beautiful off the bat. You know, you're just going to go ahead, get in here, get a nice little dart through. And this definitely comes, you know, to him suddenly just getting more than he was even expecting. Comes up with 2 kills off the Hunter's Fury, but he's just trying to get 10s.
Yeah, we celebrated the first kill on the Hunter's Fury because it was his first kill of the game.
Right.
And then he followed it up with 4 more.
This was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the around the pyramid with the operator is just disgusting, and then he follows it up with the flick on the sick. I mean, just absolutely nuts stuff from him. Our second Sova ace of the day. I mean, this has just been one of the best days of Valorant I can remember. I mean, period.
Sova players rejoice. I also do want to call someone else out, though, on Team Liquid, because my personal MVP for them
I think I'm right there with you.
was Link.
Me too.
Yes.
Yep.
It was Link.
Yep.
I mean, we talked about him as an anchor. That's why we featured him before the series even started. And B felt like it was almost never an option for Sentinels, simply because that's where Link was posted up. And then even in the late rounds was coming in clutch time after time.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about him in the pre-show coming into this, you know, how great of a site anchor he is, but he is also incredibly clutch. You know, if he's by himself, more often than not, he's going to be able to take the rounds for you, and he just continues to show this time and time again. You know, he just has a great game sense. He doesn't necessarily need to flip over to his Cypher cam to get info. He's just got a great read on where people are going to be typically, and, you know, that last little 1v1 standoff, him versus Shazam, is just the perfect way to kind of end it.
It was brutal. It was brutal.
He's so good at so many things, and the lockdown is the first thing you see, right? You saw that quad kill towards the end of the half, and then he's good on the lurks as well, right? He's showing up at the right times in the right place, and you can see his KDA phenomenal. First bloods, whatever, we don't need that, but 20 kills is absolutely ridiculous. This guy is unbelievable right now. His form is nuts.
Yeah, round 15 had a B-side on lockdown. It was round 22 when he had that 4K just floating out in the middle of B's site with the Phantom, which was incredible in and of itself. And then, of course, the final round locking it up. So kind of every step of the way on the back half, bringing Team Liquid to a 1-0 lead on their own map. And I think that's why it was important for them to win it, because we talk about where we're going next. Sean called it out. If there's one hole in Team Liquid's play, it's going to be bind. But there's also something that we need to talk about on the side of Sentinels. While everyone else stepped up, Tens found himself in the 4th slot on the leaderboard, 14, 21, and 4. So a step back for him, and I want to check in on him and how he's warming up for this second map of the day with our AIM Lab shoot-around.
Well, he's already had to reset once, so not a great look, but I suppose. But yeah, it was a bit of a roller coaster ride for just about everybody throughout this this first map. But 10 started off strong again, a bit like Yumpy. Gets that operator in his hands, starts finding heavy impact. But as TL picked up the pace, he wasn't really able to keep up with it. He started falling further and further behind, and it really fell on the shoulders of the likes of Zoms, of Dapper, of Shazam to really try to push Sentinels into that OT. And then unfortunately, they just don't quite get far enough. They fall short.
And I want to give Zoms and Shazam in particular a lot of credit here. They played really, really well. Shazam hit some really nice shock darts multiple times, some great snake bites, some great cover from the teams. I mean, those guys did all they could, but Tens was just a little bit behind, and we saw, of course, that whiff coming through mid doors.
That was brutal. That was a bit of a tilter. And by no means do I want to paint this as a disastrous position for Sentinels. Again, it was a 14-12 victory for Team Liquid. It was close.
Yeah.
But that is the kind of person that you're going to look at in terms of a scoreline to say if a couple things change for him, that whiff doesn't come through. That's a round win possibly for Sentinels. Maybe you're not going to overtime to begin with. There's a number of things, right? This is just going to hurt me to rewatch it, but it's important.
Got to do him dirty with the replay, huh?
Hey, I didn't choose to do that.
Production pulling it out.
Yeah, don't point the finger at me.
He's just trying to follow him to the left, and then he ran out of mouse pad space.
The cord got caught. That's why you got to switch to them wireless mouses out there, friends. Okay, you don't want to get caught on the end of the desk. Let's talk about map 2, though. Let's talk about the recovery that's necessary by Sentinels here. We're going to bind what works for them, what doesn't, where can they take advantage of Team Liquid.
Well, they're starting on the attacker's side, and we saw this lockdown defense. I mean, I don't think you're going to see a Cypher on bind. You usually don't, but you're still going to have the Viper. That's still going to be a problem. And the way that, you know, they used the KO was really interesting because they had the Viper utility and the Cypher utility on one side, the KO on the other side. So that way, if they tried to break through A, they can throw that knife out, slow down the utility on that side. It was just unbreakable on the front side of B with everything that was in the way. There was no way to counter it really on the way that Sentinels had their agent lineup set up.
We asked a lot of questions about KO. We asked a lot of questions about KO on Breeze, and we're now seeing the effectiveness of it. You got to start to wonder how much is it going to start bleeding into other maps? Will teams start utilizing it to kind of stymie the the offense, the pushes that you're talking about, while you're using different utility to just put up a great wall of defense on the other side?
Yeah, Soulcast played it extremely well. He was shutting down utility left, right, and center, canceling Sova drones, taking TenZ out of his Blade Storm when he's trying to enter. They're talking about on the broadcast, suddenly he finds himself stuck at Pyramid with just a classic in his hand, nothing else realistically to do, and he just ends up dying. He played it extremely well. Bind is a map where you can see that KO come through. It's just, have they workshopped it enough to feel comfortable going for it, either of these squads? It's hard to say because TL, they banned it away in their first series. This is going to be our first updated look at this map with them. Same for Sentinels. We didn't see it in the Furia series.
I'm done trying to predict stuff. I'm just throwing out options at this point.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, this tournament's been so wild, Dash. It's just been like everybody's kind of playing maps that we've never seen or they usually don't play, and they're bringing in new stuff. I mean, like I said yesterday, Vision Strikers brought KO for the first time ever. So there's all kinds of new stuff being brought to the table here. Everyone is bringing, everything they have, every strategy they've been planning for the last couple months for this event.
For me, that's the fun of having a 7-map pool, finally, right? It really is forcing a lot more creativity. You're seeing teams pushed onto more unique iterations or combinations of matchup by matchup.
Yeah, gone are the days of, ban your opponent's best map, play your second best, etc. Now there's a lot more depth to it. There's a lot more thought that has to go into the map draft and whatnot. So it's absolutely fantastic to see. And you do have to make these hard decisions. If your Team Liquid, it continues to see that they want to ban away Fracture, and they're willing to go to this map where they do not perform well historically, because they're just that much more concerned about the other maps.
Prime Gaming agent select him. We're delivered another KO. Soulcast is going back to it.
I mean, I feel this is going to look a bit similar on the defender side for Team Liquid, where Soulcast is on one side, and you can transfer around between A and B with the KO. I think either way, you've got a lot of ability to control Showers or U-Haul on A, and then Hookah and B main on B side. So a lot of options here for Team Liquid, and Sentinels, they've got to find some kind of magic to break through this stuff.
I kind of figured that TenZ was obviously going to stick with the Jet. I wasn't sure if maybe we would see any kind of adjustment. Somebody go for something like a Raze, which has kind of been creeping back in popularity a bit, at least on our side of the planet there, favorite thin. But no, just going to be sticking with it. So nothing too shocking to be seen here, I suppose. It's just going to come down to how they pilot it.
Right, will be that single difference in where the flashes come from. Sick on the Sky, Soulcast on the KO. As we mentioned, Sentinels maybe going to feel like they just took a bit of a punch to a gut, having been in such control over the map Breeze from their first half. But again, this is where they should feel comfort in terms of the map pool that is in front of us for this best of 3. So looking for them to pull something out, dig deep, bring us to that map 3 that I know everybody out there wants to see.
Yeah, I hope that they are able to get it done, but one of the big concerns is, on paper, Sentinel should be able to win this on Bind, but I would have said the same thing about Gambit in that last series. So, the tides are changing. Things are getting shifted around.
Times are changing. The map is loading up. The players are ready. DDK and Sean Garris take it away.
We're back at it again here. Map 2 between these two titans from North America and from Europe, respectively. And Sean, we're in map 2 on Binds. We've got Team Liquid on the defense and Sentinels on the attack.
Yeah, this is Sentinels map pick, but we haven't seen them here for a long time, Dan. Not actually since August, I believe. We saw them week after that game, actually, against 100 Thieves. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a minute.
Steal on the Jet.
That was back when, that was back when Sick was locking in Raze, TenZ was locking in Reyna. This is a very different look. Very different. But here we have the A site denial of vision coming in from Dapper, the poison orb going towards U-Haul, the wall going up to block vision. Shaz trying to get control of Shower on this silver roll. Meanwhile, Sick getting presence inside Hookah, Zon's holding long. This is all just spreading the map, trying to feel out Liquid setup.
Tiny poison orb gap to work with there. It's crazy that everybody still has full HP, honestly. And we'll get Sentinels now walking back towards B. No info right now for Liquids.
They've left Shaz alone here with this Sova and a drone, Dan. I think they're trying to fake this A site. They're trying to pull a rotate, and they're getting the KO to cross spawn right now.
Oh, and there's going to be the catch. TenZ able to open up there, and that's all of Sentinels looking to try to get in. The Astra Nebula trying to slow things down, and in fact, Sentinels aren't really in after all. They're struggling to get out of this choke point. Yampy, that's a huge fight to get. Crossfire now between Yampy and his teammate over at Cubby. That is huge. And now these Tens and Shazam to try to do it here. But Yampy doing so much damage. Does go down though.
Screams out.
2v2 and yeah. Here he goes in from the back, but Tens snaps back at him with that ghost, and now it's just down to Nevera, 24 health to work with. There's the plant. There's a 1v1 perhaps for Nevera, but he's now missed the timing. Tens coming off with the spike plant, can now assist.
He's trying to bait a fight. He's trying to bait a fight. Fake a fight with one, get the fight with the other. But it's not happening, and Shaz is going to take him out and close out the round. But man, what a hold by Yampy at long.
Crazy.
It looked like Liquid was out of that round, and he came up so big. 3 frags and a dink on the 4th. Answered only by, of course, Tens on the other side, getting 3 of his own.
Yeah, this was a really great round there from Yampy. And that 1v1 just alone then sets up the crossfire here between him and Link. So if Link is able to kind of stay alive a little bit, they can kind of play that angle. And it could be a 1 round. Like, that is the potential there because of Yampy doing so much. But, of course, as you say, fantastic pistols there from Sentinels. Something we had in question after their match against Furia where they lost so many.
Indeed, and here's the same early round setup coming out of Sentinels. The wall and Poison Orb block all vision from this A side. Zom's getting spotted at B. Little bit of info coming in for Solkas. This is Sentinels using all of this Viper utility. Just clear out the close short A push. You know, keep the variables to a minimum. Again, the spike is still down in market. This is just Sentinels kind of feeling out the map, prodding around, and trying to figure out which site they actually want to go to. Sick throwing a guiding light in Hookah that doesn't get anything is a little bit telling.
Yeah, you can see that there's no bite from Liquid. They're just rotating to A, not reading into the guiding light there. And oh, a couple concussed there, I think, in the U-Haul position. Dapper will be able to hold this one. Oh no, it's actually Tens who just, I think, 180. Slaps Nevera in the face, and 4 players left for Liquid. Scream able to make some of this work, and these Sheriffs are starting to really create problems. We see a big U-Haul take now from Sentinels, shoring up that position, playing it
the
close.
0 point, Dan, it's there. He could take all these abilities away.
Do have these Spectres still, and they're going to move back out again, reclaim some ground after that frag. Trying to work with these 2 Sheriffs, still dangerous, but that heal's certainly going to be very important. Has to be the headshots here with these Sheriffs. Lincoln, yeah, it just feels so oppressive from these Team Liquid players. They've got not too much health, just the Sheriffs, and they look so dangerous. And Link takes down another one. So much damage coming in here just with these few Sheriffs that they managed to cobble together. Oh my god, Sean, that looked way too desperate and just dangerous.
Yeah, it looked like, and Zoms falls to the spike.
Oh wow, that's so much damage.
So much damage coming in from Team Liquid on that eco round right there. Sentinel's going to come into the first buy, and it's do or die. If they lose this round, they're going to be broken economically. You know, they're not going to have that second buy after the bonus that most teams get. Link continuing his form coming into the second map.
It's the first gun round, although that said,
Dan, this is, I'm gonna cut you off. This is very different. Dapper's setting up his A setup, but everyone else is grouped very quickly around B. No Showers presence at all. This feels like a B hit.
And you have the KO in Soulcast using the 0 point, trying to slow things down, get some information, of course, gets a suppress, I think, on just Shazam. So just one player, that's not a huge tell.
No map control for Sentinels right now. It's a little bit worrisome. It means they pretty much have to commit here to B. They would have to go so far into the blind.
Liquid still with 3 on A. Sentinels might still have a timing into this B site. Soulcast here. He has to hit his shots, and he's not going to. That Guardian from Tens is just so dangerous.
He's in, Dan. He's in the site.
And there's no way to really stop it. Sentinels have position. Now the question is, what does Team Liquid do? They don't have ult, so the retakes. Oh, you've got the judge though, right there in rather in Hookah, and there's not anything to respond to that with, and that's going to be a rifle collected. 3 versus 3, and Sentinels, the only post-plant positioning they have is Garden right now, and Tens with a Guardian.
This is such a risky spot Tens is in, and he gets
spammed.
Spammed by Scream.
Zoms trying to create some distraction. He's trying to buy time for the lurk. He has to buy time and distraction for the lurk. But there is Link again, swinging with the Spectre, and every fight won by Team Liquid. Great retake from them. Sentinels found a timing. Sure, I mean, they had a 4 versus 1. They found a 4v1 on B, got the spike planted, and still Liquid come out with 3 alive. Unreal.
Yeah, again, the hero of the match right now for Team Liquid is Link. Staying alive in that hookah position. If he has a rifle or any other gun than a Judge, he's going to be visible to those players in the site. But he has a Judge and he tucks himself in the perfect little hidey hole there in hookah and takes out Zoms the second he enters. That really screwed up Sentinel's flow into the round. You see TenZ caught in that weird position holding hookah. Great recovery though from Liquid. Again, fast B hit again, Dan. This must be a weakness.
TenZ does pull out that Blade Storm, and we can talk more about that B weakness in a moment as we get TenZ getting sucked in, and there is a Judge right around the corner into the Nebula. He goes with a Judge Link. He misses the first 2 shots, gets taken down by Dapper, and that's going to isolate Soulcast. He's alone on Garden, and he just has to hold on before that reinforcements comes, but TenZ knows he's got to try to find him. Can he get to him? He's roaming around inside the Nebula with that Judge, and Zoms is going to take him down. Great read from Zoms. There's that Hunter's Fury finally put to use by Yampi. And, well, Sentinels, they're in a great spot here.
And they have the Judges now pushed up in the Defender spawn. It's like the roles have been reversed, and this is going to be a super hard rotate with the Judges close range.
The Sliggy Judges. Making their way around Elbow. Here's the hold. Dapper with that Judge, you were mentioning it. Gets the 1, but Scream with 2. And suddenly, there's opportunity. TenZ, though, strikes back. Not going to let this happen. Nor will Sick, as Sentinels, they win around right back against Team Liquid. That's a fantastic result, and I don't know how they managed to circumvent the Judges. That looks so difficult to deal with.
Wow, Dan. That was the eco that Liquid earned from having that strong second round. It didn't matter. The Frenzy runs into that Nebula, taking out the Judge, and Zoms classic spams the other one. 2 Judges holding the B site, both fall. What is this? 3-1, Liquid now on the eco. They're going to Sheriffs. It's time to aim, Dan.
Yeah, and Scream, he has that Blade Storm too. See if he'll pull that one out in this round. TenZ still on the Judge. Love to see it. And there we go, Blade Storm pulled out. Looking to go aggressive perhaps around this one. Falling back is Sentinels, but Dapper is still holding the position, so they will be safe. Navera is pretty weak here now. Trying desperately to get more, but I don't know that he's going to get it anymore, so just I don't know, Navera is so screwed in that position, just nowhere to go, locked away in the prison.
Yeah, it's one of those weird scenarios where all of the Sentinels players are here. So if they just all stay there and try to get this frag, they could easily lose the round from someone that flanks them and makes a really crazy scenario for them. So they just ignore Navera. You know, he has enough to worry about when he opens that door.
And we can make a quick point here whilst we see Liquid maybe trying to do something here. Maybe I'll hold that thought. I just feel so nervous. Maybe Scream's going to come through here with Navera, find a way to do some extra damage, pick up some guns. There are lots of guns actually to be collected, possibly. If they choose to go for that. And there you go. Cloudburst through the TP. And some guns on the ground. They're going to try to do some damage with these. Oh, they're going to fall back. They're going to fall back with them. But we can make a quick point here, Sean. You said the B site seems like it's being targeted. We understand that the B site, you have 2 agents that are kind of split up from one another. They don't really have util to support each other. And we're not seeing setups where they're playing together right now. So it's easier for Sentinels to isolate the defense by hitting that B site right now.
Yeah, it's a very odd pairing that they have over. They have the Astra and KO. It's not one that I'm used to seeing in the B side. It's difficult because those abilities don't really... They're not as impactful as some of the others at stopping these super aggressive B hits. That's why we see a lot of Sovas over there. We see a lot of Vipers, things like that can really bog these hits down. Even Skies over at Garden. We see a lot of things like that. But this is such a different look, and so far it hasn't been successful, Dan.
Yes, and we almost saw Scream going across 2B to start this round. He's picked up a Guardian. This is not a good buy from Team Liquid. It's not the best buy ever, but they do have the Operator on Yampi, and here he goes. looking for the A short aggression. Nothing given just yet. There's the swing, and Yappy connects with nothing but the headshot onto Dapper 10. Takes the opportunity, dashes forward. Love that into U-Haul with the judge, the perfect weapon for this one. And Screen trying to hold backside here, trying to reclaim this position, but surely this is too dangerous against Tens. He's got that judge, and in he goes. He's converted another one and just locked away any chance at a trade.
It's really not fair when someone as good as Tens uses a judge, Dan.
And there goes the Cosmic Divide too. That's going to really make things difficult for the retake.
Absolutely. The retake will almost certainly have to come through U-Haul, and that won't be a problem because both these players are suppressed.
Judges. Okay, Scream's going to find the headshot onto Sick. 2 versus 3 here. Is he Ten's going to push the Cosmic Divide? Oh, he does! He goes straight through, finds the timing. And now it's down to Soulcast. They know where he is. Make the play around U-Haul, but too many angles, and that's another round in the bag from Sentinels. 5-1, even though Yappy opened it up. The quick response from Tens evened that up and allowed Sentinels to roll right through.
Yeah, one of the better openings we've seen from Team Liquid after that pistol round, and it didn't really amount to much of anything this round. It looked like Sentinels was always in control, large part due to Tens with this judge. He took U-Haul and made it his own.
He pushes the Cosmic Divide, Sean. He's a mad lad.
Yeah, with an operator nonetheless.
Yeah. Basically a shotgun for Tens, though.
Yes.
Okay, Team Liquid timeout, and we've highlighted some of the issues, right? We're seeing that B site get targeted down due to those weaknesses, isolating those players, the Astra, the KO, we were talking about it. But the question is, what's the adjustment for Team Liquid now?
This is the problem for Liquid, is that they have a lot of, I don't know, a weird comp setup in both of these sites. So I think they might need to switch it up, maybe move Yampy to the B site. They also have the problem of that Yampy's opping on the Sova, whereas normally we would have a Jet opping in a game like this. So it's creating a weird dynamic right now in Liquid's defense on Bind, and I'm not sure. Maybe Scream is going to need to op and control B a little bit more. Maybe they bring Yampy over there on this Sova role. It's a very interesting setup right now that Liquid's running, and I think it's also causing them to lose control of Showers a lot on these hits, right? It's not like they're losing it because Sentinels is taking it. They're just not really playing it, ever. It's very odd choices right now being made by Liquid.
Well, we'll see if the timeout was in any way sort of elucidating as to how Team Liquid should find the clarity to handle this situation. But we're on a weird buy right now. I see 3 judges, Sean, and 2 sheriffs.
Yeah, definitely a weird buy-in. But Scream is looking to challenge this along B right now, Dan.
This is a scary half buy. I will be, I'll be totally honest with that. And we'll see once again the commitment towards B. And as you say, Scream is there to shore up that garden defense along with Soulcast on the KO. Oh, Dapper getting sucked in, trying to fall back there. Oh, that's a shot and a half from Tens. Fine, Soulcast drops him cold towards that B site. And the rest of Sentinels will be behind Tens. Oh, no! Come on, Tens! That is not fair! And he's going to dash forward, and he's going to draw the fire, and Dapper's going to take down Link. What the hell do you do against that?
The drone didn't even tag the man yet, Dan. He didn't even wait for the drone tag. He just wanted the no-scope then and there. Wow, what a shot.
Just give it to him. Where's the last one? Nivera has a judge. So, I mean, yeah, this is a tough one.
We mentioned Tens had a good start on Breeze, but he really fizzled out. He's sitting right now, I believe, at 13-2 is what I just saw. So he's having another very solid start.
Yeah.
But he needs to be active in the late game if Sentinels wants to come back in this series.
So one of the things you mentioned on at the end of the last map is that we saw Sentinels barely losing the first map Breeze. And now we go into Bind. You said this is the hole in Team Liquid's map pool. As far as the veto goes, this is the main hole. And right now, Sentinels are looking very threatening.
Yes, actually, ironically, Dan, this defensive half is their only half in the map pool since the start of September where they've won less than 50% of the rounds. So This is their biggest weakness that we're witnessing right now, and that's why Sentinels, this is a power pick by them. They're going into Liquid's map pool right now. And Liquid doesn't look to be handling it very well.
And we have Scream again. This is the adjustment. He's playing the operator now to support the B site. 0 point maybe coming soon. There we go. That's it did not break the drone.
Shaz with an adjustment in his positioning, and Scream breaks the drone. That's a lot of info. Tens takes the angle.
And Scream's actually rotating back to A right now after showing his presence on B. It's a gamble, the reposition. Oh, we have a very deep position from Yampy, yeah.
Oh yeah, he arrowed outside Showers early, Dan. This is exactly what I was saying. They're pushed all the way through Showers. Look at his advanced position. But still, Dan, 3 people are on A, and this B site is going to fall any second.
Maybe they were expecting a mid-round rotation that never came. Viper's Pit dropped on that B site. That will allow a spike plant to go down. And Soulcast does have the null command. See if that comes into play here on the retake as they start to coordinate. Team Liquid rallying around every position, looking for the coordinated retake. The spike goes down actually. Soulcast making plays. There's the flash. Shazam, the only player not flashed, takes down Soulcast. Huge 1v1 there from Shazam. And now it's up to Scream and Yampy against 4. And there's a good start from Scream and Yampy. 1 apiece, 2 versus 2. Yampy's being spotted, Tens gets shot in the back. Scream comes out of nowhere, takes down the rest, and a 2v4 is converted into a 2v none. Team Liquid somehow recover.
Wow, I think Sentinels just two-headed their way out of that round, Dan. They thought there was more people than Liquid had in that site. They were terrified. They didn't want to plant. They didn't want to move out into the site, but it was open. It was free for them the whole time. And then when Scream gets here, look at this, gets the op kill, picks up the Phantom. Oh my, he's back.
Such a big round to win. That's going to put 2 on the board now for Team Liquid. Playing a similar setup, they've got Scream on the operator. They've got the double operator setup. Yampy towards A with his.
And Navarre actually, he's the Viper's Pit over there in Showers. Has full control of that area of the map with Yampy opping in heaven at A.
They know the judges here. They heard it destroy the Trailblazer. Oh, Scream is coming up to Hookah as well with that operator. Will Link provide the bait? Link playing anti-flash.
Ooh, Dapper is lurking up short A right now, Dan. He's being very active on the lurk, but it won't matter. Scream gets the opening.
Just would never expect Scream to be there. They just cleared that with the Trailblazer as well. Quick pop flash there. Will that deal with Link? Sick comp. He can't push it quickly enough. He's looking to the left. This Hookah attempt has been completely forward, but in the meantime, lurking through the A site. Dapper, can he make the difference here for Sentinels? He's created a lot of space. Nivera with the Showers control on the Viper's Pit, but Dapper's so deep. Sentinels looking for that plant now. There it goes.
30 seconds left.
Dapper with a lot of positions to worry about here.
It's going to take a lot of foresight for them to be. So no Dapper's here, but he's whiffed, Dan.
He has, and Nivera is there on Showers. Could peek at any moment. Look at Sentinels, they're looking to play around the spawn, and it's all going to be here, rallying together. Dapper, he takes down one more, pulls out the classic, and he's got time to work with now. Shazam still has U-Haul. There goes the Blazestorm. Scream out of the window, trying to see what he can find. Nivera is the one to take down Dapper, though. Shazam, he's got so much to do, and now it's just up to Zoms. It's not a lot of time. Zoms bites his time. He takes them down, and they don't have any time to get on the defuse. There's no time left. Zoms, he takes it in the 1v3. There's nothing they can do. It's out of their hands. He goes down, but it doesn't matter. Sentinel 7 on the board now.
Incredible. Incredible. Zoms, he's quiet. He's quiet again, Dan. But just when they need him the most, yet another 1-on-3. The brothers looked like they had that clutch in the bag. Nivera goes back to res, Solkas back up. Oh my, Zoms played that so perfect. Right before the half comes in, he takes out Scream, drops that orb. Well played by Zoms, and look at the buy coming in from Liquid. They know they're in a rough spot. They need to invest something. They need to get more rounds on the board, Dan.
Yep, and with Zoms Nation collecting all the Red Bull clutches, it's looking more and more difficult. Trailblazer there's going to spot one on top of the B site. Lots of pressure. In fact, it's not just pressure, it's a full commitment. What on earth is happening? How does he get a kill? What is going on? Tens is going to go down. He gets traded out, but enters a 2v4 after the smoke clears. But Shazam's able to find one. Scream looked for information. Nebula pops down more information. I think Shazam is so worried here. The good players could be anywhere. Needs to get the spike towards the hookah exit. Able to pick that one up. Can they reset out of this position? Oh, Shazam gets back, and Zoms gives the info. One is towards Garden.
So now Liquid actually should have all the info, but if you look, Navarre's actually a little confused about things. Shazam finds both, and Navarre's locked all the way by the A site. I don't think Sentinels will expect this, though, but the recon clears back site, and that's a free plant.
Oh, man, Navarre has a hell of a job on his hands. 1 versus 2, and these two players in the post plant, they could be anywhere at all.
Yeah, especially with this amount of time on the clock, Dan. And this is a very, very difficult clutch for Navarre, but he has his wall here. If you look, the wall blocks off both hookah and octagon.
And that will allow him to clear some positions safely, but there's a guessing game here. He can't guess. I mean, he can't check everything. He gets closer. Now he's going to start to realize what's going on. He's being tagged. He's going to get absolutely spammed there. Shazam with a quad kill. Excellent stuff there from the in-game leader of Sentinels. 8-2 now the score on the first half. And it would not surprise me if they rallied all the way to 10 here. They're playing excellent bind against Liquid, who are starting to look like they are struggling. Well, I mean, they've been looking like they're struggling for a while now here on this first half. On the defensive half, like you say, the weakest half in their map pool, perhaps.
Yeah, they look like they don't have the answers, and it's not from a lack of trying different things, right? They've even tried pushing through showers. They've tried stacking sites. They've moved around, had the double operator in play, including getting one onto Scream. But they just can't string together these rounds. They have another buy in them. They have a couple ults to work with. Yompi's is the key one that I'm looking at.
And these hookah setups, they've been pretty good actually from Team Liquid. They've planted 2 players there. They've managed to find some success, but Tens. He is finding his form here on Bind. Nice opening there from him, and they can reset off after that one. But actually, I say that, Tens is still pretty deep. He's going for more. Finds a kill onto Scream, and Shazam pushing them back on the A site. They can barely see Sentinels players before they get just annihilated.
And they know these last 2 players, Dan, they've been playing B every single round. So look at Sentinels. They're just speeding it up to the A site. Zoms is going to be in charge of holding this flank, but Solkas has quite a good timing.
He does actually, yeah. And he's going to actually escape. If he was to push, he would have escaped Zoms and found the back of Tens, but could never know that, of course. And oh, it's desperate. It's very desperate here for Team Liquid.
Wow, that's another round. Yompi is trying to piece this setup together. Liquid has yet to figure out that Sentinels just doesn't care about showers in this game. They just don't care. And Yompi has gone there quite often. He's arrowed the back. He's even droned out of showers this round. But instead of pushing through and taking that advanced positioning, he fell back into sight and got tagged by Shaz's drone, got ulted and taken out. These are the things that Liquid are lacking. Actually taking what's given to them. And the shock dart takes out Link. This round's all but over. Solkas is trying desperately to hold on to this Vandal.
Yeah, and I think one of the rounds where he went very deep on showers, and it was going to be a B play, they had the info. They still had 3 just stuck on the A site. They didn't use that info for a rotation, expecting a mid-rounds kind of adjustment, just expecting a default. But that's not really how Sentinels have been playing as well. So, and look at Tens, you know, his confidence is just getting out of control. And that's a problem, especially if we're going to a 3rd map, which it looks like if this keeps going, that's going to be on the cards.
Split is on the cards, Dan. Let's go.
The Link Soulcast set up in hookah once again. Sick making all the noise.
This is a very fast long B play by Sentinels. This is a different pace than they've had all game long. Seekers are already out. That's Yompi's ult.
I think they go through the tele, Sean, because they just heard all the TPs from short. And we've got a lurk through onto the A site from Dapper. They're going for the TP. They've massively outpositioned Team Liquid. Oh no, this is terrifying.
Oh my, Dan, look at this. The one-time Liquid has the fast rotate. They get absolutely outplayed by Sentinels. Dappers lurk up short. Plant coming in from Sick. Shaz holds the flank. All 4 Liquid members locked out in spawn right now.
There is a Cosmic Divide for Link for the retake. There it goes, cutting off short and showers. Right. Oh, oh my god, Tens is just destroying everyone with his knives. Oh. Prime Game Flawless comes through from Sentinels, and again, that was just, oh no. The problem is that Sentinels had played players on short a few times, but this was the one time when they went heavy long, they heard the TPs, and the answer was obvious.
Yeah, especially when you have, you pointed it out, Dapper aggressed all the way through U-Haul. He hears the triple TP. Everyone on Sentinels is right next to the teleporter over there at Long B. And yeah, Farmer Tens.
Farmer Tens, absolutely. That's
tough job, but someone's got to do it, Dan.
Yeah, that's a 10-2 first half. An incredible display from Sentinels after that first map. They're looking damn good for the W here. We'll throw it back to the desk to hear their thoughts.
A 10-2 first half for Sentinels. That's how you want to see them strike back on a map number 2 if we're looking to go to 3. And it's Tens who steps up. 18 kills on the half, 4 more than he had over the entirety of the first map, Breeze.
He's unstoppable right now. He just got in the zone. I mean, you can't hold a good player back long. Like, him and Scream both are performing better here, but he has really taken another step forward. He's just incredible. He's so fun to watch when he starts hitting his groove.
Yeah, he's just been going on it there. It's averaging, what, 374 ACS right now, I do believe, and it's not likely to dip too much further because it doesn't seem like they're going to have too many extra rounds coming through once we shift over. I mean, granted, I'd love to see the run back for TL, make it a little bit closer, but it just seems like this is done and dusted.
For me, it's just that's the tip of the iceberg of the comfort that the whole team is feeling on this map.
Yeah, they don't seem to be struggling with the KO utility here. It is a little bit different. Like, on Breeze, right, there's only 2 ways really into the sites on the attacker side, so it's a lot easier to find the timings with the 0 points. Here, there's basically 4 ways, 2 on each side. A little bit tougher to find the timings on those knives.
What about the comment from the casters on the way that the utility and the defense was set up on B, where you're using 2 agents that can't necessarily lend their utility to each other? You've got the KO and the Astra, and they really did seem to get picked apart by the entries of Tens and the speed at which he was able to come onto the site.
Yeah, it's an interesting look here for Link. Normally he's going to be, you know, as we've been touting him up, one of the best side anchors out there, but he's at the very beginning of this map especially getting picked apart, trying to hold things down in hookah. He's not able to clear people out when he's the one holding a hard angle with a judge. They're pushing in on him, just out pressuring him, and he's not really been able to pick up those kills that, you know, we were seeing him get left, right, and center on Breeze.
There's more space open here, Dash. Because there isn't the tripwires and some other utility, the Viper utility as well. So there's more vision as well. Typically, that Tens is going to be able to find for himself. On top of just being absolutely, you know, cracked out of his mind.
Who pushes through an Astra ball with an op?
Come on, dumb. It's just not fair when he gets on these tears like this.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting, but it's what you want to see to set up for the bout that we've been touting this to be, right? Again, we keep talking about, okay, first meeting between these 2 Titanic squads, cross-region, and we want to actually see them push each other to the limit, and TL definitely tested the mental there in map number 1. Sentinels is returning the favor in map number 2. We're diving into the second half. DDK and Sean Garris. Gents, enjoy it.
It is so easy to enjoy it right now. Great Valorant being played by the superstars that we have on the server, but of course TL, we can't. You know, we have to bring the elephant in the room and address it. They're getting wrecked right now.
This is so spicy right now. There's a 0 point going over to Garden right now that's going to get all the players, I believe, on Sentinels. Oh, it missed them. They will never expect this setup, Dan. This is an insane bait setup coming out of Sentinels.
Oh my god, the double TP setup there. Oh, and Dapper's going to be able to be that bait. And in fact, actually, they don't even take down Dapper. It's going to work out nicely for Sentinels, keeping this push alive. We've got Scream in spawn. There's players all over the place there trying to challenge back into Garden now, Team Liquid, and they're going to win it thanks to Nevera. The brothers left against Tens and Zombs. Nova Pulse actually connects on onto Navera.
Blocking vision.
No punish, though, is possible.
Both the brothers in the site, Dan.
Play off of one another. That's what they both live for, these moments here in Valorant. Zoms looking for that timing. They're going to push him. They line up, but Zoms can't even pull the trigger in time. And it's down to TenZ. Rounding the corner. Ghost in hand. He's going to have to go straight into it, surely. And he finds one. There's one more to find. TenZ looking for the heads against Scream. The headshot battle, and it's TenZ who picks it up with the Ghost. And he has just enough time here for this defuse. He is good. Just about, but he's good. TenZ with the clutch. The Red Bull clutch.
Wow, what a clutch from TenZ. The mind games on Navera, using that swoop peek on the smoke there in spawn, doing it one more time in the site, gets burned trying it the second time on TenZ.
Slapped.
And the awareness on TenZ, though, to know exactly where Scream was in that one-on-one was so impressive. Coming out of that orb, looking left side sight, great game sense.
Oh yeah, he's dialed in. Dialed in.
Keep up.
Spectres come out. And we continue to see the Guardian here for TenZ. I really do enjoy that.
Yeah, this has to be a force buy coming out of Liquid. They know they need this round. Shaz is going to have to fall off of showers once that recon tags him.
Farming the ultimate orbs is definitely a good way to get some value out of this round.
Shot done. And they're going to leave Link and Scream set up over here in the showers. That kind of indicates that maybe this will be a late A play, but you can see as Liquid moves around the map right now, they've had no B pressure this entire round. They have to go back and clear this out, make sure Sentinels isn't going to be right behind them on this hit, and that's what they've just done. Now the hit's going to start, Dan.
Looking to go in, setting everything up. They've got that split ready to go. Sentinels just playing reactively. Dapper still jump peeking long B, but seeing nothing. There's the tag onto Navera. 40 seconds left to go. You can see Sentinels are very expectant of this push to come through. Nebula ready to get set up to block that vision.
30 seconds left.
On the rafters there. TenZ will have to play ahead of it. He's got his spot to play ahead of this. He'll be very committed. He's very committed. He can't get away. He tries to dash out of that. Goes down. Zoms, though, winning the battle around U-Haul with Shazam in there as well. Massive position to hold on to for Sentinels. Zoms, he's lost one. Can he keep hold of it, though? Yes, he can. Taking down another. And with this position, they can work the retake now. Two angles. That's a stunning shot there from Shazam. Down to Yampy, though. Flash goes in. There's the dodge. Yampy has to get the flicks, but it's sick with the Spectre to deal the damage, to take the round. Sentinels quickly onto 12.
What a shot from Shazam. Oh my. I thought Liquid was going to claw back into that round. The aimers were coming out on Liquid. The shots were hitting. They got the opening they were looking for on TenZ in Heaven. Everything seemed to be going their way. The suppression hits U-Haul. But Sentinels, they just have all of the answers on Bind here, Dan.
Yes, and TenZ is 20 for 6.
Pretty good.
It's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. And that's what you wanted to see after that breeze, where he was certainly, as you mentioned, struggling to have impact. Liquid are able to play super passive setups, so he never got to fight.
Yeah.
But on Bind, he's getting a lot of fights, and of course, he's finding a lot of success. As we go back into it here, round 15, it could be all over here for Team Liquid, and all they have to say for themselves is just a hodgepodge buy.
That's nice, Dan. That's the suppression blade we were talking about.
Oh! Oh! Soulcast gets traded out, though. 1 for 1.
Shaz now going to drone up short A. He's not going to find anything. There's a couple players in showers. Actually, I take that back. There are 4 players in showers, and everyone on Liquid. It's a party.
Yeah, they have the Viper's Pit, so they will surely have a Viper's Pit set up here. Going into this showers plant. There we go. Planting for triple. Ground gained in the site around the Viper's Pit. That's not worked out there for Scream. Losing some players here. Got U-Haul control, but it's about dealing with the Viper's Pit. TenZ working around the perimeter. He's going to go straight in. He's going to go close. He's going to take down one another going down thanks to Shazam. It's just left a Link playing outside. Back APC. Can he find it? It's going to line up, though. But Shazam takes him down. And it's going to be a 13-2 dominant second map of Bind. As Zoms celebratory shooting into the air. And that's it. Sentinels take us to map 3. They take us to Split.
Never thought it would go down that way. After that first map, Dan, who would have thought Sentinels would bounce back after that crushing loss? Part of an absolute champion right there, winning 13-2 on the second map. But they were supposed to do that. This is what they were supposed to do on Bind. Now we go into Split, a map where both of these teams have had success in the past. But Sentinels, their last Split game was that Envy quarterfinal game. That has to leave a bad taste in their mouth. That was the infamous game where Tens was on Raze and said he wasn't comfortable with it. They fall in the quarters to Envy, and now people are starting to think of Envy as the top NA team. Do Sentinels still have a good split? That's a question I have.
It's a huge question, because we also understand that, Shazam's been switching up roles. We're expecting to see him actually picking the Sky. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So that's crazy. That's like the one map where he's not playing Sova in the current iteration of this team. And as you say, we'll have to find the answers as to how Tens can be set up for success. Obviously, absolutely a key part of Sentinels having success, having a championship run. And Split is going to be a huge map. I couldn't think of really a better decider for these two teams to play each other on.
And Dan, I mean, I'm not trying to get us too happy here, but Liquid historically